はい、いらっしゃい、よし天狗でございます。今回は前回の続きということでね、途中からなんだけどやっていきたいと思います。それでは行ってみよう。
何？
サラか？
Yes, I am the harbor master of Oridon. My job is to record every ship and visitor that comes to dock. And who, might I ask, are you?
アルテウムのサイジックマスターの使いだ。これを渡すように頼まれた。
Ah, of course. The coordinates. I will call the others and we can begin the ritual.
角笛を吹く。サラを待つ。現れたな。なんか知らんが。ピラーのトリスタン。オーリドンのサイジックマスター。で、ピラーのビョルン。何の儀式かようわからんが。よし、真ん中に立とう。白状しろと言われても白状することなど何もない。完了。
Greetings, I'm the Sijic Master of Oridon. I've heard some of what you've done for Arteum, and I thank you for all this. So this is Oridon, and our rules apply here. You've already caught one spy, so before you run around, I suggest asking Sarah for a tour. Once she's shown you Oridon, come see me, and we shall discuss this important matter the Master of Arteum spoke of.
わかった、ありがとう。
Great! Welcome to Oridon, friend.
建物の中に入りましょう。洞窟でも構いませんが、とにかく日の届かないところへ。
いやいや、あんた人間に戻ったからって太陽大丈夫でしょうが。
はい、
よし、案内頼むわ。君に案内してもらうべきだとマスターに言われたが、いや、こっちじゃない。島はかなり広いようだ。この島はかなり広いようだ。案内してくれないか。
I would love to. This right here is the docks. All ships who arrive at Oridon lay anchor here. In the old days, outside sailors weren't that common. Since a few decades ago, though, when the Sijic Council decided that we should be more open in recruitment, I've seen a great increase in traffic. Now I've got lots to do, and the hangar is up and running again. Busy times. Let's go see the marketplace.
よし、OK。で、最初にマーケットを見に行くと。歩きじゃなくて走って行ってくれるだけありがたいね。
This here is the market. It's one of the main reasons people come here to Oridon. As you can see, we have a wide assortment of goods. Everything from soul gems to staffs, swords and spells can be found here. Personally, I suggest visiting Ungit at the northern end of the market. Follow me up the stairs there, and I'll show where the permanent residents live.
よっ。
おはようございます。
To my left are the living quarters where most of us live. Since we expanded our ranks, we've had to enchant the houses to hold more people. Thus, many of us also share our accommodations, but it's been great for morale since every Sijic now knows the others quite well because of it. To my right you see Castle Oridon, which nowadays is mostly just used to house the occasional nerd dweller. The captain runs a tight ship. Although I hear they caught a spy who is being held down in the dungeons. Ophelia, who is the master here, is looking for someone to help her with it. Opposite the castle is the council chambers. This is where it was decided that we should recruit outside the elven race. A very beneficial decision. Let's cut through the wet waterway. Please try not to step in the streams, as the water will later rain down on your head.
なるほどな。足を踏み入れないでくださいとか言われたが、クリムゾンイルンルートがあるので思わず取ってしまう。
Down there is the inn and the bathhouse. At any of those, you can rent a room for the night. The inn even offers villas for long-term occupants. And Gunhill at the bathhouse recently acquired a new business associate. He can change anyone's looks with a few spells. Come on, let's see the Tree of Luminescence.
発酵の木
This here is Noble Street, where some of our older citizens live. Most houses here have stood for a long time, with only some minor renovations.
And who's this then? Yet another reprobate come to infiltrate our fine society?
Back off, Gillette. You know what Ophelia thinks about this.
Thankfully, it is not against the rules to
ノ
disagree
ルド
with
は
the
死ぬと
master.
ソブンガルでに行くそうですわ。
Don't think that
私はノルド
everyone
ですけれ
here
ど
is so thrilled
歓
with
迎し
this
てくれ
new
るのかしら。
arrangement. If my father were here,
Oh, shut up, Gillette. Get out of here. I'm sorry about that. Gille lives at the end of the street, and he thinks that because his mother was on the council, he has some authority. Truth is, his father left Orden a little over a decade ago. He moved to Somerset Isles, but left Gillette to care for the estate. Anyway, let's move on to the stables. Follow me! And here we have the stables. If you're kind to Janne, I'm sure he'll let you purchase one of his horses. They sure make fine steeds. Though we do try to keep them here on the island, I'm sure someone trusted can get leave on the matter. Which brings us to our last stop. Follow me. Orden Academy. All Sijic monks start their training here. The masters usually move on to Arteum or Wandering Tamriel. Since the White Gold Concordat was passed, the council decreed that all practices and religions should be free under Sijic rule. Thus we began a new chapter in our history. I dare say we've learned a lot in these few years. Even our architecture has changed. If you speak to Torvald, who should be inside, I'm sure he can tell you more about taking a class. That's about it. If you head south, you'll get back to the market. I'm going back to the docks. Goodbye. Oh, and don't forget the master wanted to see you.
じゃあマスターに会いに行きますかな。大学は後回しやね。建築様式うんぬん言うておったが、この形式はあれやね。アイレードっぽい感じやね。アイレードの遺跡っぽい。けどドアはアイレードじゃないな。どっちかというとドワーフ遺跡っぽい感じのドアがついておる。あとマップで行くか。上流居住区。まあいいか。歩いて戻るか。
何かを学びたいならその道の達人に教わるのがいいですわ。吸血鬼のことは吸血鬼に、対価は血ですわね。たっぷりと。
何か用か。
弱笑い。この辺は民家かい？イーストポイント。リバーサイド屋敷。これは高貴の間。マホガニー邸。まあこっちやな。ここが大学じゃない、評議会かな。評議会やろ。でこっちが大利鈍城。評議会が先かの。多分こちらにマスターがおると思ったんだが、こちらじゃねえか。ああ、素直にこれつけときゃよかったね。はい、違った、間違えた。お城の方か。城にすらいなかったら笑うが、外じゃねえか。あ、市場じゃねえか。おったね。話す。
何かよ。
こんにちは。知っての通り、アルテウムからの使いだ。
Yes, I received a message from the master there, saying that you had uncovered something immensely powerful. As I myself had already considered regathering the archipelago, I was most happy to receive this news. We've had our fair share of problems lately, but these last few decades have been very good for the Psychic Order, whom honestly was close to extinct. But we've also brought problems to our shores. We've had to reopen the dungeons, and already we've captured the first spy in our midst.
スパイ、彼は何を探していた？
What all here seek, power, knowledge. But for what purpose? That question still eludes me. I've attempted to speak to the prisoner to no avail. For now, he is safely locked up in the dungeons beneath Orden Castle. So, back to the matter. What was this object that you and Gunther had found?
マグナスの目を見つけた。それを発掘したとき、魔術師マグナスのことを知った。
Ah, I remember studying Magnus many centuries ago, in the Second Era, when I was a student at the academy. But I don't recall how his story ended. It seemed he became a hermit and eventually disappeared alone in the mountains. He had an obsession with a magical artifact, right? I presume this was the Eye of Magnus. Interesting. It's been a long time since anyone studied this history.
そもそも目はアーキテクトと呼ばれる古代の古代の霊魂の持ち物だ。
The architect among us? Well, thankfully you still have the artifact, right?
もう少し複雑だ。グインタールは評議会の招集が最善だと考えた。
Somerset Isles is not here, but I suppose we could gather the pillars that are available. We will send word to Arteum. Do you think you could help me deliver it? Sarah will help you find a boat across.
OK。向こうのマスターなら知っている。伝言を届けよう。
Thank you. Please bring it right over.
よし。ということで、お船に乗っていかなきゃいけないのね。さらに聞けとか言いよったな。アルテイム行きの船はあるかな。青い旗の船ね。よし、じゃあ行ってみよう。青い旗の船ってこれか。一番向こうと言ってたから違うような気がするな。あ、これじゃねえか。青い旗はついとらんぞ、どこにも。まあ良いか。そうだね、ここまでお使いがつなぐとじゃないや、続くと動画の尺がどれくらいになるか見当がつかんな。道中長々と映してもしゃあないんで、道中をカットするとしたらどれくらいまで圧縮されるだろうかなどと考えてしまうわけだな。するとまあ道中をバッサリカットしてつないでカットしてつないでをやっとると、実際のやつよりかは。
何か用か。
おっとっと、はい、話す。いや、マスター、久しぶりだな。オーリドンからの伝言を授かってきた。
Oh, thank the nine. I shall tell the others to meet us at the dock at once.
向こうで会おうか。なるほど。ということで、また、そのままトンボ帰りじゃな。まだ地図に記されてないとこがあるんで印をつけとこうかの。よし、つけられたと。で、ちょっと待った。先に農場に行くか。マッドクラブを倒したことを先に伝えておこう。ちゅうことでね、マッドクラブを倒したことを先に伝えておきましょうということで、はい、来ましたよ。
何にいたしましょう。Hello, friend.
マッドクラブを倒した。
Thanks. I'll make sure to mention your name at the next council meeting.
OK。で、ヘンリックと話をして、ヘンリックどこやねん。まあ、こっちがヘンリックだね。ああ、ヘンリックも移動しておるんで、会えるでしょう。おい、ヘンリックどこだい。ああ、ヘンリックも船乗りか。ああ、まあちょうど合流したところで行けるっちゅうならまあ良いでしょう。よし、ここへ乗ってヘンリックとまず話そう。
聞きたいことでもあるのか。
私を探してるそうだな。そういう話は聞いてないが。
Ah, yes, I've heard of all you've done. The master and I agreed to welcome you. Perhaps you should go see him now.
マッドクラブを倒しただけでいいというのは。ああ、 てます。マスターヘンリックに言われて挨拶しに来た。
Ah, Jew. I've heard of your doings and I welcome you to the Isle of Artea. You can now sleep with the others in Citizen Hall. Bear in mind that this does not mean that you are an official Sijik. For that, you need to graduate from Oridon Academy.
なるほどな。要するに大学を卒業せいっちゅうこっちゃな。よし、ちゅうことで、これで、もう一つの島に行けるんだな。よいしょ。ちゅうことで、じゃあな。もう珍しく晴れとると思ったが。
何をやってるのよ。
よいしょ。まあこれで席に着けば始まんのかな。現在話はできませんってなるか。とりあえず全員が座ったならば空いてる席に座らせてもらおうか。ではまあこの辺でいいかな。ちょっと視聴座りか。よし、これであとは時が経つのを待てば勝手に始まるでござんしょう。
Welcome all Sijiks. It has been too long since we last looked upon each other, and it is unfortunate that it must happen under these circumstances. But in every darkness there is light, and these times have also brought many new recruits to our following. For this we are thankful. Though I press that some out there still seek to do us harm. Currently there sits a prisoner in the Oridon dungeons that was caught here. Inside of these very chambers, and I do not think that he was acting out of his own accord. I have no proof as of yet, but I suspect the Aldmere Dominion is behind this plot. They have commissioned pirates and sellswords before. I suspect our defiance of the White Gold Concordat has risen their anger, and now they seek to make an example out of us.
These times have indeed seen beneficial changes. Had it not been for our wandering wizards, we probably never would have found the artifact. But like you say, Ophelia, the enemies of old seem to have grown their grudges, and this is not the first Aldmere Dominion to stand against us.
But the last Dominion was not as intimidating as this one. They have already conquered most of Tamriel and beaten the Empire into submission. How long do you think a few grocers of wizards will hold up on instead?
What Marcus says is true.
I agree with your words, which is why I implore you to accept my request of adding pillars to the stationary here at Oridon. From capturing the spy, we've already learned that this will be their first target. But I also understand that we are not alone to have seen trouble. Tell us what you wanted to speak of.
I've been wandering the garden as of late, and together with Ginthar, I've been going over the research of this mage Magnus.
2920の書籍群は今から何千年も前、第一期の最後の年を描いたものですわね。
There's more to the story. It's no secret that this eye is at the center of this mystery. So until we've learned how to properly contain it, it should not be left unattended. Ginthar, what do you propose?
I too think this to be crucial. Therefore, I shall remain with the eye.
but I ask anyone else to stand for Oridon.
I would myself like to return to Artaeum. Without a doubt, no harm shall come to us with 2 pillars and a martyr in place.
As I'm sure you all understand, I am needed at Artaeum with my students. But they are all very talented. Together with Ginthar, we should be enough to protect Artaeum for now.
So you would stand with us? I will of course make sure that you have all the comforts in a personal apartment.
I will.
I am old, but not slow. I am here for you. And of course I am in, dearest Ophelia. It's been too long since I shot a pirate.
I thank you all. We will have you set up in the finest beds. Now, as for this Magnus, tell me what you've learned.
A short time ago, the mages of Winterhold uncovered an ancient artifact. They referred to it as the Eye of Magnus. Quaranir felt a tremor in the Magica balance when a Thalmor emissary attempted to harness its power. He gathered a posse and went to the collar. When he got there, our friend here had already managed to beat the elf, but at a terrible cost. Quaranir and 2 others deemed the object hazardous. They brought the eye to us at Artaeum for further studies. At first, we only thought it to be a source of magical energy. Thanks to the research, we've managed to find out more. However, the research was mainly conducted by a mage named Magnus, believing the eye to be his. It seems this Magnus is a potential hostile character, and he has amassed a significant amount of power over the last 100 years.
That reminds me of a mage back in the Second Era. You remember? With the orange lightning spells and water magic.
I do. Unfortunately, it seems this Magnus is much more powerful. To what extent, we do not know yet. We do know that what we have is but a piece of the total artifact, a remnant from a magical spell attempted centuries ago. The majority of this powerful object remains elusive to us, as it is still in the possession of this Magnus.
Wait! What are you saying? That he is still alive? The Magnus that me and Henrik studied 1,000 years ago. Even then the texts were old.
That is what we are saying. He has grown alongside the world all along. By now he is older than any 2 people in this room combined. And still, the last record we have of him is in the late First Era. By then he was deemed a hermit who disappeared on some island. Well, our friend here has seen that island. It lies in ruins. Magnus used this place to lure and trap both the Ice Folk and the Flamers. Once he had learned their powers, he destroyed them.
Oh, horror! They were written into legend even though their fate was never discovered. Until now, I guess.
And still he wiped them out. And that was over 1,000 years ago. So you can see why this matter is most pressing. And where is this Magnus now? How do we find the rest of this eye? That is where I am out of answers, my friend. Currently, our last known information is that he had an heir named Cassandra. She used to hole up in the areas around Morthal, but she hasn't been seen since we first learned that Magnus was still alive. For now, I think we will have to await further information. I have sent word to all the corners of the world. I shall receive response soon.
Then until we have received such news, we should focus on more imminent problems, like the fellow in the cell across the street. I agree. Then the council has decided. Carolyn, Ingvald, and Marcus will remain here. Myself, Henrik, and Ginthar will return to Artaeum and keep an eye on, well, the eye. All in favor, say aye.
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 Great! Council adjourned. Thank you all for coming.
Tristan, our ship has already continued its journey. Would you mind conjuring us a portal home?
Of course not. Follow me.
Thank you for bringing us together. The extra security around here should really help. Do you think you could help with that prisoner now? Trust me, the plan is solid. Even the guards are in on it. Okay, so we have tied a boat behind the pub. Wait until nightfall, and then make believe that you are helping him escape. Once you reach the boat, find where the rest of his crew is, and dispose of the pirate. Do this, and I guarantee we will find proof of my theory. Take this key, and wait until after dark. Good luck.
If I hear anything, I will send for you. Until then, I suggest you...
That was it. Should return to my stall.
はい、会議が終わったところでね、今回の動画はここまでにしたいと思います。まあ、尺のうち3分の1が会議でずっと座ったままだったんだが大丈夫かね、この動画って感じですが、まあいいでしょう。ということでご視聴ありがとうございました。チャンネル登録まだの方、ぜひチャンネル登録していってください。それからこの動画に対する高評価もいただけると嬉しいです。それではまた次の動画でお会いいたしましょう。それまでさようなら。